Today we have total body Pilates in the beautiful Antigua, Guatemala. Starting seated on our mats, legs can be crossed in front of you or straight out, whatever's comfortable. Just roll those shoulders a few times in their sockets, and then taking one arm up over the head, lengthen through the side waist, breathing into center, breathing out, lengthening the other arm up and over. Coming back into center, just rolling those shoulders one more time here, feeling nice and relaxed. We're going to round the spine forward, keeping the hands on the knees. Breathing in, open the chest towards the sky. Breathing out, tuck the tailbone under, pull that belly button in. Breathing in, open that chest. Just a few more cat-cows here in a seated position, stretching through that spine. Coming into center, bringing one hand onto each rib as we breathe in, feeling those ribs come apart. As you breathe out through the mouth, knit those ribs together. Breathing in, you want to feel just the ribs opening laterally, like an accordion. And as you breathe out, everything pulls together as if you're wrapping a belt around your waist. This is your Pilates breath. You always want to breathe into the ribs, not the tummy. Bringing one finger to the ribs, and one to the hip bone, making sure that that core stays connected. Lovely. Coming to sit on our mats, sitting up tall with the spine, hands underneath the thighs for level 1. As we breathe out, curling into the abdominals, curling that tailbone under, and breathing in to sit back up tall. Breathing out to curl down, breathing in to sit up tall. Level 2. Lifting those hands up so they're in front of your chest, taking care to curl the tailbone under and not round the upper back. Really making sure that we're pulling that belly button in towards the spine, breathing out to curl back, breathing in to lift back up. Slowing it down here, making sure that your knees and feet stay hip-width apart, that those feet aren't lifting off the ground. We're going to hold it here. Breathe out to twist to one side. Breathe into center. Breathing out to twist using the oblique muscles at the side of our waist. Breathing into center. Just a few more here. Coming up to center. Extending just the right leg up at knee height, rolling back, and you're going to take those hands and just crisscross them either side of the leg, twisting into the waist whilst also keeping the spine nice and long. Keeping that core contracted so it's not just your hip keeping that leg lifted, it's the core, and breathing out as you twist to the sides. Lifting to center, we're going to go to the left leg. Curling back, breathe out, twist, breathe in, center, breathe out, twist, breathe in, center. Remember to breathe out through the mouth, pull the navel in towards the spine for that little twist. Coming back into center here, gently round the spine, releasing the lower back, hugging onto those knees. Imagine you're hugging over a barrel. And we're going to release back onto our elbows, making sure that chest stays lifted, neck nice and long, tucking the tailbone under, pulling those hips towards the ribs, and then releasing. Breathing out to tuck, breathing in to release, finding our core contraction and holding it there, lifting the knees up into tabletop so they're just above the hips. As you breathe out, tapping one toe down to the mat. Making sure that you're moving through the hip, not through the knee, so that leg stays at exactly the same angle. Making sure that our lower back isn't arching. If you feel any pain, just make the movement halfway. The toe doesn't need to tap all the way down. From here, we're going to breathe out, slide one heel away from the body, into center, breathe out, sliding to the other side. The lower you slide those legs, the harder it will be, but make sure you feel it in your tummy area, not in your lower back. Breathing out, slide, breathe in, center, just a couple more here. And we're going to go for our corkscrew. Level 1, keeping those knees bent. Level 2, as those legs extend away from you, you're going to straighten them. Again, making sure we're not arching that lower back, that our core is staying contracted, and swapping directions. You can connect to that breath here, breathing in for half the circle, breathing out for the other half, getting those legs a little straighter to make it harder. Coming back into center, extending our legs out, taking our arms back behind us, fingertips can be facing any way you want. Contract the abs, breathe out, and lift into your backwards plank. Hips up towards the sky. Breathing in to sit back down, breathing out, contracting the abs to lift up. Lovely. Breathing out, slowly lift up. Make sure those hips and ribs are connected, your core is strong. Trying not to let the belly button lift up towards the sky. We don't want our tummy to dome. We're going to breathe out, lift one leg. Breathe into center, breathe out, lift the other side. If this is too advanced, just stay with your regular backwards plank. Otherwise, keep lifting those legs. Coming down for a rest in between. Breathing out, contracting the core to lift and extending one leg up at a time. Keeping our bum cheeks squeezing tight, our core strong and engaged. From here, slowly rolling down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time, extending the arms back behind the head for a lovely stretch through those abs. As we breathe out, we're going to take our right arm, left leg, and lift them towards each other. Breathing in to release, breathing out to lift the arm and the leg. If you have any neck issues, feel free to keep the head on the mat. Otherwise, breathe out, lift that head, chin to chest. Make sure you're lifting using the tummy muscles, not the neck muscles. Breathing out to lift. And we're gonna hold on this next one and pulse, fingertips to toes. Release it down for a lovely stretch there. We're going to take it to the other side. Breathing out, lift the arm and leg. Breathing in, release. You can lift that head up for an extra little challenge for your upper abdominals if you want to. Try to get those fingers all the way to the toes if you can, and try to keep that leg straight. Breathing out, lift. Breathing in, release. And on this next one, we're going to hold it up and pulse towards those toes when you're ready. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing it back. Bringing the heels in towards the bum. Bringing our hands just underneath our tailbone for a little bit of added support, and extending the legs towards the sky. As we breathe out, we're going for our double leg drop. Only dropping those legs as low as you can without your lower back arching off the ground. Breathing out to drop, make sure you're staying zipped up from your pelvis all the way up to your belly button. This is a great exercise for your lower abs. As you get stronger, you can drop those legs lower. Connect the breath out to drop, make sure that navel is pulling in towards the spine. On this last one, we're holding at the bottom, opening those legs into our sideways scissors, connecting with those inner thighs to crisscross the legs. And releasing the legs down to the mat, releasing your arms, and rolling onto our sides. We're going to do a little bit of side work, which is great for the glutes, the shoulder, and the abs. Hand underneath the shoulder, extending the arm up over the head. Our top leg is straight, our bottom leg is bent, so the knee is supporting the body. Lifting the top leg up, we're going to go into leg circles, making circles through the hip with that entire leg. Keeping the waist lifted, the core strong, the rest of your body should be stable. Swapping directions when you're ready there. Keep that leg lifted, don't let it drop. And we're going to breathe out, kick the leg forward, breathe in, kick it back. Kicking forward on a point, kicking back with the heel. So you're engaging the hip flexor as you kick forward, and those glutes and hamstrings as you kick back. Only taking that leg as far as you can without the rest of the body moving, and taking it a little bit further each time. Holding it back on this last one, pulsing into the glute. You should feel it in the crease of the bum area. And then extending that arm up over the head. As we breathe out, we're crunching knee and elbow into body. Breathing out to crunch, feeling the navel pull in towards the spine and that core engage to draw those limbs in. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out, crunch. Get that knee and elbow to touch if you can. And gently release down to center, folding our legs flush one in front of the other and extending the arm up over the head, away from those knees. Lengthening through the waist, take a nice deep breath and breathe out, take it to the other side. If you want to lift up onto the knees, press the hips forward and stretch through your psoas muscle here. You can. It feels great. Swapping to the other side, wrist under shoulder. One knee stays on the mat as the other leg extends away from the body. Breathing in for a nice deep stretch here. Hand comes back to the waist and we lift that top leg up for leg circles. You want to be circling into that hip joint here, into your ball and socket joint. If it gets painful, that's just the lactic acid buildup. Give it a little thwack, give it a little hit, and come back to it, swapping directions when you're ready. Keeping that leg lifted, we're going to breathe out to kick forward, breathe in to kick back, kicking forward on that point, and kicking back, leading with the heel, using the hip, and then using the glute, making sure that our core stays engaged to keep the body in center, so your upper body doesn't move at all. Holding it back on this last one, little pulses, squeezing into that bum cheek, and then extending the arm away from the leg, breathing out to crunch. Using those abs, using the side of your waist to draw the knee and elbow in towards each other. Connect to that breath out as you crunch. Lovely. Releasing down here for our mermaid or merman stretch. Those legs are folded one in front of the other, stretching the arm up over the head, away from the front knee. And then gently, when you're ready, swapping to the other side. One hand down to the mat, the other arm extends up over the head, and you can lift onto those knees, pushing the hips forward if you want to. And that's us done for today. Thanks very much. I hope you feel it in your entire body here, and I hope to see you again soon.